Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Stanley from Built for Battle Real Estate. Listen, I want to talk to you about something really important today. We're going to talk about how to turn your 9 to 5 into a 5 to 9. Yes, how to go from working 40 hours a week to working 20 hours a week. I know you're thinking there's no way possible I'm going to go from a full time job, a full time career to a side hustle. No, you're not. You're going to go from working a 9 to 5 to a 5 to 9, and you're going to triple, quadruple your income. Okay? And this is how we're going to do it. We're going to talk about 5 steps, 5 easy steps that you can do that will take you from working a 9 to 5 to a 5 to 9, and you're going to be free, you're going to have peace, you're going to be able to be with your family and do all of the things that you find important in just 20 hours per week. Okay, I know that sounds crazy, but we're going to dive right into it. Okay, but before I tell you that, I want to tell you this. We're going to talk about how to generate wealth and how to do a lot of really cool, important things. But what you need to know is that money will never buy you happiness, okay? But what your money will buy you is freedom. The freedom to live your life the way that you would like to. If you want to be able to travel for a month at a time, if you want to be able to go across seas and go to your kids' school activities or go to family functions and you're tired of missing everything because you're always working, then this video is just for you. All right. So there are 5 steps to going from your 9 to 5 and turning that thing into a 5 to 9. Okay. And of course, I say 5 to 9, but it can be any 4 hours. Okay. 4 hours a day. Okay. You're going to be able to work 4 hours a day and you'll be able to live the life that you dream of. Make so much, well, I don't want to just talk about making money, but being able to generate wealth. Okay. That's what we're talking about. We're not talking about being rich. We're talking about being able to generate wealth. The wealth is that health, finances, freedom, joy, happiness, and be able to live your life in a way that's actually healthy, the way that God intended us to live it. Okay, 5 steps. All right, A, B, C, D, E. All right, A, B, C, D, E. 5 steps. All right, if you can remember A, B, C, D, E, then you can turn your 9 to 5 into a 5 to 9. Let's go. All right. So your first thing that you're going to do, step 1 is assess. ASSESS. All right. I'm an educator by trade too, so I'm going to break stuff down. I don't think you're stupid. I know that you're very intelligent, but we want to break stuff all the way down. Okay. So, this is how it goes. All right. So we're going to start with assessing. You have to do an assessment of yourself, an assessment of your business. Why is this important? Because there are 3 things that we spend the majority of our life doing. Okay, the majority of our life we spend the majority of our time doing these 3 things. You're going to spend your time, you're going to spend your money, and you're going to spend your resources. Okay, you need to know if you're growing your business, where are you spending your time? Okay, where are you spending your money? Are you advertising? Are you buying uniforms? Are you buying clothes? Are you spending money here? Are you paying for LLCs and services and assistance and things like that, right? How are you spending your time? Are you answering phone calls? Are you, what are you doing? Are you documenting? Are you writing out your business plan? How much time are you spending? What are you doing? So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take a full week, okay? A full week, and just jot down the things that you do that that it takes to run your business. Okay, everything that you do. All right, whether it's going to the store to pick up supplies, every single thing that you do. If you have to stop and talk to someone and consult them, you're going to write that down. You're going to write that amount of time that you're spending down to talk to people. Okay, all of that stuff matters. Why does that stuff matter? I know it seems small and petty, but this is the foundation of your business. Because if you don't know where your time, your money, and your resources are going, you'll never know if your business is growing. Okay? How do you know if you're doing better or worse than you did last month? The only way that you're going to know is if you have a data point to be able to say, okay, I did this. This is how much I spent. This is how much I made, or I made nothing. You'll be able to kind of see where you're spending the majority of your time. If you guys have, sometimes your bank may do it, sometimes your phones will even do it. It will let you know what you spent the majority of your time on. You used this amount of apps, you slept this time, you did, and it lets you know you exercised this amount of time, how many steps you got. You were on the phone doing this amount of time. It lets you know how productive you were. So you can see, man, I wasn't as productive as I could have been or as I should have been this week. I didn't get these things that I planned on doing done. Where did my time go? Well, you're able to look back at your phone. You're able to look at your watch. You're able to do all these different things and see. You're able to look at your bank account online, and it will tell you exactly where you spent your time, your money, your resources. So the first thing that you have to know is that unless you can figure out where your time, your money, and your resources are going, you won't find out whether your business is growing. Okay, so that's step one. That's letter A. Okay, so from A we easily go to B. All right, so B is to build. Okay, once you've made an assessment of yourself, of your business, now it's time to start building. No man is an island. And I know what you're saying. Listen, I've worked on this thing. I've sacrificed. I put so much into this. It's hard for me to let go. I get it. Okay? I get it. This is what you're riding out on. You're investing. You're putting your whole family, your whole being, your whole name into this one thing. This is your baby. I get it. You don't want to let go. Here's the thing. Successful people build teams, okay? If you do not build a team of people that you can trust, people that have your best interest in heart, I'm sorry, but you likely won't make it very far. You're going to spend your wheels, you're going to spend your money, you're going to spend your time and your life, and you will end up with either very little or much less than what you started out with, okay? You do have to learn to let go. Okay, that may be something that will require you to get a therapist for a little bit. Okay, if you're still working a 9 to 5, then check out your EAP, get you a therapist, and talk about the things in life that made you want to hold on to everything. Maybe it was a traumatic experience that brought you a control issue. You're going to have to be able to let go. Okay, but don't just throw everything out there. Keep that balance. Find you some people that you can know that are really going to do the right things, that are going to make the right decisions, and don't be afraid to say no, and don't be afraid to let go of the people that you put in place that may have not done what you expected them to do, okay? But you're going to have to build a team, all right? No man is an island, all right? You want to make sure that you are building something together. You never want to be the smartest person in your group, okay? You find people who have done what you're trying to do. You have to figure out what your weaknesses are. You built your team not around your strengths, but around your weaknesses. Why do you do that? Because when you see the areas that you know you're not good in, then you know what people to bring in. So you're not bumping heads with anyone, you're not clashing with ideas, because they're going to see where you're strong at, and those other areas you're going to be able to realize that, man, this person really brought this, okay? I am, for example, you have two different types of people, okay? One type of person is a visionary, okay? They're the person with the dreams. They can put it all out there. They can see the peaks and the valleys, and they're able to identify every single path that you're going to go down and all the obstacles, and they're able to lay this stuff all out. But most visionaries are broke. You know why they're broke? Because they're just visionaries and they fail at implementation, which is the second type of person. You have the visionaries and you have the implementers, okay? Implementers are typically the people who are going to listen to the visionaries talk about their vision. They know that the visionaries are not going to do anything, and they're going to implement that thing, and they're going to be the ones that get rich. So what you do, instead of feeling that feeling like I have over and over again, what you do, you don't just tell your vision to an implementer, You pull an implementer onto your team. You work together, and now you have someone who has your best interest in mind because they need your vision to implement. So you have your plan to build, but you do it based off of your weaknesses. Figure out what your weaknesses are. What areas are you not good at? You're maybe not good at marketing, but you're good at public speaking. So you need someone who's going to be able to market and make flyers and put your face on different things and things like that. Maybe you're not good at communicating. You need someone to be the face for you. So maybe you're not good at writing or speaking. You build a team based off of your weaknesses, okay? And you all will work together and you'll create a balance that will help you to flow together, okay? So you have assess, you have build, okay? So after you assess and after you build your team, then you think about collaboration, all right? Collaboration, that's the hump day. That's the Wednesday of the of going from a 9 to 5 to a 5 to 9. And we all know that hump day is like it can be one of the worst days of the week for you, right? It's sometimes worse than Mondays. Just like collaboration. The thing about collaboration that makes it so difficult for us is that we feel like we always are in competition. There is no competition. Okay, have you been to a bread aisle in the store? You see the 50 different types of bread. They're all getting bread. Okay, you know why? Because nobody can do what you can do like you can do it. Okay, what God has appointed for you, it is for you. Okay, so collaboration, never competition. The only competition you have is this right here. Once you figure out a way to overpower this, your competition goes away. I'm going to throw this in here real quick. This is a free tip. Your brain was designed to make you a failure. Why does that make sense? Because what your brain does, it keeps you safe. It tells you when to stop. That stove is too hot. Don't touch it. Don't go too fast. You're going to crash, right? Fight or flight. Your brain is designed to keep you safe, right? But when you're always making the safe decisions, you're not going to take any risks. Okay, you don't want to just make all wild and crazy choices, but you want to be able to take some risks to be able to step above everybody else. Okay, you have to be able to figure out what makes you different to put yourself out there. You have to be able to sometimes make a big risk in order to get the big reward. Okay, they say risk it for the biscuit. Okay, so you're going to have to be able to tell your brain, I hear you, but this, I'm going to have to step outside of my comfort zone to get done. You're going to have to collaborate with people and stop being so scared. Okay, they're not going to steal your business. Nobody's trying to step in your spotlight. Most of the time, you'll find out that the same people who you are afraid of and that you got attitude with and cut them off, they really were just trying to help you. And you done lost friends, you know, lost business partners, you know, lost businesses because you could not trust people because you have trust issues. You have to be able to collaborate with people. Okay, people are the source of your business. Without people, you have no business. Without business, you have no success. All right, you have to be able to collaborate. All right, while you're collaborating with people, you're also going to collaborate with other businesses. Why? Because, for example, I'm a realtor. All right, now if I'm a realtor, I don't want to just be a one-man island. I have to know painters. I have to know roofers. I have to know home inspectors. I have to know everybody, general contractors, everybody that does everything. Why? Because I used to be a server, right? As a server, what I learned was that I get better tips and more returning customers when I can anticipate what they're going to need before they even know there is a need, right? So when I bring your food to the table, I'm also bringing you extra napkins because I've learned that people are going to need some extra napkins, and you don't want to try to figure out and wait for somebody to come because you want to eat your food, right? You want to have something to wash it down with. So if I see an empty glass on the table, I already know I need to have that thing filled up before you ask me because you realize he anticipated my needs. He knows what I need. I want to come back and I want to ask for him. Well, it's the same thing in business. When you build a team that you can collaborate with, then people are going to say, wow, I had a problem that I didn't even know I was going to have, and you already have a solution, right? When you collaborate, that allows you to have the solutions to the problems that people did not even know they were going to have, right? When you have a roofing issue, you say, hey, they say, hey, oh man, this just happened. I think I got a leak. Don't worry about it. I have 3 roofers. Here, you can select from these. All right. And I think this one would actually work best with your personality, but feel free to choose what you like. Wow. Man, I don't even have to go anywhere. You took care of everything for me. That's right, I did. Because you want to be the solution to everybody's problem. You want to have it. You want them to come to you. Because as a server, what happens if I don't fill that drink? If I don't provide napkins? Another server is going to come by. They're going to say, hey, excuse me, can you provide me this? Can you provide me that? They're going to provide it. And what's going to happen? Who are they going to ask for when they come back next time? That server, not me, right? It's the same thing in business. You want to make sure that you are keeping your customers' needs, your clients' needs, always at the forefront of your mind. It should never be about the dollar, okay? It should be about serving, the diligence, all right? The due diligence, okay? All right, so you have assessing, you have building, you have collaborating. Then, now, this is the most important part. How to go from a 9 to 5 to a 5 to 9 and make more money. It's like, man, I just need more of myself. How many times you said, man, if there were 2 or 3 of me, then I could do what I need to do. That's the key. Duplication. The D, step 4, is duplication. You have to duplicate yourself. How do we do that? Well, you do that by digital marketing, which we'll cover in depth on a different video. However, let me break some of this digital marketing stuff down. You have to create your content, okay? Creating your content helps you in a tremendous way, duplicating yourself, all right? If you're working a job, you're going to get paid based off of you being at that one job on that one shift, right? I served at IHOP, right? So I only served at one IHOP at a time doing one shift because I'm only one person. That's all I could do. So that's the only time I'm going to get paid for, right? But what if there were 20 me's, a million, an infinite amount of me's so that I could work at every IHOP, every shift? I'm getting paid all around the clock, right? Well, with this thing called technology and internet, digital real estate, you can now duplicate yourself to where you are now working everywhere. You can be in front of everybody. So while you are sleeping, the other yous are working. They're generating income. They're marketing. They're doing all these things, okay? There's a couple of different ways that you can duplicate yourself. One is by creating digital content, okay? If you are an entrepreneur and you're in business, then what you need to do, instead of having to explain the same thing over and over, send the same text message a million times, have the same conversation with every single different person. This is what you have to do. This is how you duplicate yourself. You record, if it's conversations or that you have to have. You're going to make a video and you're going to record yourself answering these particular questions that they typically have. You're going to be able to identify the most common questions that people have, right? So you're going to answer all of those questions individually on a separate video, right? And then you're going to have these videos to send out, right? To have available for people, okay? And instead of them asking you a million questions, now they'll be able to, oh, I can click on this link right here and I can, oh, what do I do when I get to this part of the process? Well, of course, you're going to educate them, but you also now have something for them to refer back to, right? So now you have duplicated yourself, okay? Now they are still coming to you for the solution, but you're asleep, okay? And by being digital real estate, you're going to actually be paid off of that, okay? So you're getting paid for the time that your duplicated self is actually is working for you. Does that make sense? It should, okay? So that duplication is super, super important. But that's a digital way. What if you're getting text messages, right? In your phone, you can set up to where you can type in a letter or two, and it's going to pull up a pre-programmed answer or response to a question, right? So when you're talking to people and people are coming in, asking all these questions, and they're trying to work with you, or they're texting you, then guess what you can do? You can just type in B1, and B1 is going to say, hey, it was great meeting you. Yeah, my name is Stanley. This is my information, and blah, blah, blah. Whatever question they typically have, you can have a code a two digit code that will give the response. So now you just type in B1, boom. They had a question for this, C2, boom. And it's answering these questions and it's sending everything out. So now instead of spending, when you've done your assessment and you realize you're spending all of this time answering the same question over and over and over, B1, boom. Now you just went from 10 minutes down to 10 seconds. Okay, that's major. Okay, now the other way of duplicating yourself is by creating systems. Okay, when you have a team, since we talked about building a team that you're working with, if you create systems, these systems will outwork you. Okay, what happens is when you create a system that your team can easily follow, you're basically also making other mini yous around, right? So now without you, because you have this system in place, they can follow the system. Okay, they can follow the system step by step, and they're going to know exactly what they need to do. All right, so now you have duplicated yourself again. Now you have the boss you and you have the worker you doing everything while you're sleeping or vacationing or enjoying time with your family, right? Or you're in a meeting where you can't get to everybody. You have now duplicated your system so that it's easy to follow. You've duplicated yourself so that you can send out messages. You've duplicated yourself digitally with video, right? So now everybody will have the solutions. In real estate, what's going to happen when a client needs to just a reminder of, oh man, right before closing, what do I not need to do in order to make sure nothing happens? You will be surprised how many people have come to a closing in a brand new car and their closing was canceled. They lost their home, they lost their earnest money, they lost everything that they had put in the game because they didn't remember that I cannot buy a car before I close. I can't do these things. I can't add anything to my credit. And they have lost so much, tens of thousands of dollars. Okay, but what if there was a video that you already had, that you had already sent your clients in a folder that says, hey, if you have any questions about anything about financing, what not to do before closing, which we'll cut another video for that as well. Okay, what if you had those things lined up where they can just quickly click on that, right? Oh, boom. Oh man, no, I have to wait till the moment I sign on the dotted line for closing on my property. I can literally walk out of here and purchase a new car. But if I do it before, I won't be able to get my closing. Those things are very important, okay? That will save your client so much money, so much stress. And because of that, what's going to happen is that they're going to come back to you because they remember that you have figured out a way to provide them with needs, to provide them with solutions before they realize that they had the needs, okay? So we have A, assess, B, build, C, collaboration, D, duplication, and the fifth step to turning your 9 to 5 to a 5 to 9 is what? Execution. Nothing that I have told you means anything if you don't go out and execute it. You have the master plan. There is no reason for you to be a failure. Okay? You have to execute everything. Don't wait until tomorrow. Start right now. Okay? Execute this plan. Take your time. Assess your business. Figure out where you were last year, where you are right now, where you want to be a year from now. Assess your business so that you can grow. Okay? Then you will build a team around you based off of your weaknesses, so that now you are one big balanced strength. Okay? That's how you will grow your business. Then you will collaborate. You collaborate with your team and you collaborate with other business people, because once you create that collaboration, now their clients are your clients. Okay? After you do that, then you duplicate yourself. You duplicate yourself digitally by creating videos and content and text messages that are pre-programmed, and you create systems. Okay, those are the ways to duplicate yourself. That's A, B, C, and D, and E. You execute. You do all of those things. Once you do all of those things, you will go from a 9 to 5 to a 5 to 9, working 45 hours a week plus overtime, trying to get every little single dollar. Now you're working 20 hours a week and you're going to be getting money coming in from so many different places that you will not believe how soon you will be quitting your job. Okay? I was an educator for 15 years. Right now, I've been in real estate just over 1 year. By implementing these steps, I was able to make in 3 months my entire salary that I would make in a year in education. I made that in 3 months by duplicating this system. And when they presented us with our contract for the next year, I said, no, I don't want your contract. You keep it. I am now stepping out on my own. And I walked away from a career that I loved, but that wasn't seeing my value, that wasn't seeing my worth. Okay? So that I can now help other people to accomplish their dreams and bring this reality that seemed to be so distant right into fruition. Okay? The last thing I want to leave you with is this. I've been working since I was 15 years old. I've done so many different jobs, from food service to merchandise to sales to juvenile corrections, you name it. Every single job that I applied for, I got. Every single job. I've never applied for any job that I didn't get. But what I didn't get was that they saw the value in me that I didn't see in myself. I was excited when I got those jobs. I was excited to hear, congratulations, you've been hired. We're going to pay you pennies in comparison to what you're worth, because I see your worth, but you don't see it. And I accepted the chump change they gave me to make them wealthy for years. But you have that opportunity now to step outside of your comfort zone and change your life. Go from working a 9 to 5 to working a 5 to 9, working for somebody else to working for yourself. Be a servant. The greatest of these is a servant. You serve others. You take care of their needs. Your needs will be taken care of. It will change your life forever. Generations will change. God bless you. This is Stand Battle, Built for Battle, Real Estate. And if you want to turn your 9 to 5 to a 5 to 9, watch this video as many times as you need to in order to get it right. Execute the plan, okay? Execute the plan. If you like this video, if you feel like it helped you, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Leave me a message in the comments. Say, hey, this is really good, or this wasn't that good. This wasn't as good as I expected. Let me know. If there's other things that you want to know, let me know. Your Built for Battle real estate professional is here to serve you and answer any questions that you have, all right? God bless you. I hope this has been good for you. Peace.